Art is often described as a universal language, but what if some of its greatest messages have been hiding in plain sight? Throughout history, painters have embedded cryptic symbols, concealed stories, and secret codes within their works, inviting us to look closer and uncover their mysteries. In this video, we're unveiling the hidden messages tucked away in some of the world's most famous paintings, secrets you may have walked past without ever noticing. Are you ready to discover what lies beneath the surface? Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper. Leonardo da Vinci, the quintessential Renaissance genius, combined his profound understanding of art, science, and mathematics to create works that continue to fascinate us. The Last Supper, painted between 1495 and 1498, is one of his most iconic pieces. A vivid portrayal of Jesus revealing to his disciples that one among them will betray him. But beyond its dramatic narrative and perfect perspective lies an enigma that has puzzled art historians and musicians alike. In recent years, researchers have noticed an intriguing alignment between the apostles' hand gestures and the placement of loaves of bread on the table. When mapped onto a musical staff and interpreted using musical notation, these elements come together to form a coherent sequence of notes. Remarkably, when the melody is played backward, from right to left, reflecting Da Vinci's characteristic use of mirror writing, it creates an eerie, haunting tune. What could this melody represent? Some suggest it may be a hidden hymn, a reflection of Leonardo's deep spiritual and philosophical beliefs. Others speculate it was his way of embedding a coded message for future generations, blending art and music in a way only he could conceive. Adding to the mystery is the meticulous composition of the painting itself. Each figure, from the startled expressions of the apostles to Judas clutching the silver bag, is placed with deliberate intent, drawing the viewer's focus to the central figure of Jesus. Could this musical alignment be part of a broader symphony of meaning hidden within the piece? Or was it a playful challenge left by Leonardo, inviting us to think beyond the visual and engage with his art on multiple sensory levels? While we may never know Da Vinci's true intentions, one thing is certain: The Last Supper is far more than a static image. It's a dynamic puzzle, a masterpiece that continues to reveal its secrets, layer by layer, to those who dare to look closer. Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel Ceiling. Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel ceiling, painted between 1508 and 1512, is one of the greatest artistic achievements of the Renaissance. Spanning over 12,000 square feet, its intricate details and dramatic compositions have been studied and admired for centuries. Yet among the myriad biblical scenes, there's one particular detail in the creation of Adam that hides a profound secret, a message that bridges the worlds of art, science, and philosophy. The fresco depicts the iconic moment when God reaches out to bestow life upon Adam. But look closer at the image of God and his celestial entourage. The flowing outline of God's cloak, along with the positioning of the angels, bears a striking resemblance to a cross-section of the human brain. Even more astonishingly, specific anatomical features like the cerebellum, the optic nerve, and the brainstem can be identified with remarkable accuracy. How did Michelangelo achieve this? The artist was not just a painter and sculptor, he was also a skilled anatomist. For years, he studied human cadavers to understand the complexities of the human form, knowledge that informed the realism of his sculptures and frescoes. Some experts believe that this hidden brain symbolizes the divine gift of intellect, the idea that God not only gave humans life, but also the capacity for thought, creativity, and self-awareness. But why would Michelangelo include this in a religious fresco? The Renaissance was a time of immense intellectual exploration, where science and spirituality often intersected. Michelangelo, a deeply spiritual man, may have seen no contradiction in celebrating both divine creation and human intelligence. His hidden brain could be a quiet homage to the harmony between faith and reason, a statement about the unity of body, mind, and spirit. This hidden message takes on even greater significance when viewed in the context of the larger ceiling. The entire fresco cycle moves from chaos to order, from physical creation to spiritual enlightenment. By embedding an anatomical reference into the central image, Michelangelo reminds us that the divine spark isn't just in the heavens, it's within us, in the very fabric of our being. Whether intentional or coincidental, this detail transforms the creation of Adam from a simple biblical narrative into a profound meditation on human potential. It's a reminder that art, like humanity itself, is endlessly layered and endlessly mysterious. Jan van Eyck's The Arnolfini Portrait. Jan van Eyck's The Arnolfini Portrait, painted in 1434, is a stunning example of Northern Renaissance artistry. Its intricate details and remarkable use of light have captivated viewers for centuries. On the surface, it appears to depict a wealthy couple in a domestic setting, possibly a marriage ceremony or a commemoration of their union. However, this painting is brimming with subtle symbols and hidden messages that invite us to look closer and uncover the stories it conceals. Let's start with the figures themselves. The man, traditionally identified as Giovanni Arnolfini, holds the woman's hand in a gesture that could signify their bond. But notice her voluminous green dress. It's often interpreted as a symbol of fertility, while the color green itself represents renewal and life. At her feet lies a small dog, a common symbol of fidelity and loyalty, perhaps alluding to the sanctity of their union. Now, direct your gaze upward to the single, ornate chandelier. It contains just one lit candle, which some scholars believe represents the presence of God, witnessing the couple's vows. But it's the convex mirror in the background that holds the most intrigue. This tiny, circular mirror not only reflects the entire room, but also reveals two additional figures standing in the doorway. These figures, one of whom is likely Van Eyck himself, appear to be witnesses to this intimate scene, adding an unexpected layer of narrative complexity. Above the mirror, an inscription reads, Johannes de Eyck fuit hic, or Jan van Eyck was here. This phrase isn't just a signature, it's a statement, almost as though the artist is testifying to the authenticity of the moment he has captured. Could this painting be more than a portrait? Was it intended as a legal document, affirming the couple's union in an era when witnesses were crucial for formalizing such events? The symbolism doesn't end there. Look closely at the fruit on the windowsill, specifically the oranges. In the context of the 15th century, oranges were a luxury item, signifying the couple's wealth and status. But they may also carry a biblical connotation, representing purity or the Garden of Eden. Meanwhile, the absence of shoes, both the man's wooden clogs and the woman's dainty slippers, suggests that this moment is sacred, occurring on hallowed ground. Every detail in this painting serves a purpose, from the folds of the fabric to the shimmering reflection in the mirror. It's as if Van Eyck intended to immortalize not just the couple but an entire story, rich with symbolism and meaning. So, what are we really seeing in the Arnolfini portrait? Is it a simple domestic scene, a marriage contract, or a carefully constructed allegory? The answers may be as layered as the oil glazes that Van Eyck meticulously applied to his canvas. This painting is a testament to the power of art to transcend time, inviting us to step into the world of the 15th century and uncover the secrets of its subjects. Edvard Munch's The Scream. Edvard Munch's The Scream, created in 1893, is one of the most iconic images in art history, a visual embodiment of modern existential anxiety. Its haunting central figure, standing against a backdrop of swirling colors and chaotic lines, has captivated and unsettled audiences for over a century. But beyond its raw emotional power lies a series of hidden details and fascinating inspirations that make this painting even more compelling. At first glance, the screaming figure appears almost alien, with its skeletal hands and elongated face. Munch himself described the moment of inspiration in his diary. He was walking along a fjord at sunset when he felt a great, infinite scream pass through nature. This visceral feeling of being overwhelmed by the universe is at the heart of the painting. The undulating lines of the sky, the water, and the landscape seem to echo the vibrations of this cosmic scream, blurring the boundaries between the internal and external worlds. The figure on the bridge is often interpreted as a stand-in for Munch himself, a manifestation of his inner turmoil. The background, with its fiery red and orange sky, is not just a dramatic setting, it's based on a real atmospheric phenomenon. In 1883, the eruption of the Krakatoa volcano caused vivid sunsets around the world for months, and it's believed that Munch witnessed these intense skies during his time in Oslo. This connection adds a layer of historical context, suggesting that the scream reflects not only personal despair, but also a broader sense of environmental unease. Then, there are the two shadowy figures in the background, often overlooked but critical to the painting's tension. Are they approaching or retreating? Do they represent indifferent passers-by, the looming presence of society, or perhaps the artist's fractured sense of connection with others? Their ambiguous presence heightens the painting's feeling of isolation and dread. Even the techniques Munch used contribute to the painting's emotional impact. The bold, swirling strokes in the sky and water seem almost frantic, mirroring the figure's inner chaos. The muted tones of the figure itself contrast sharply with the vivid background, drawing our focus to its distorted face and wide, hollow eyes. It's as though the scream has drained the color from the figure, leaving it as a ghostly imprint of anguish. Munch's The Scream goes beyond a single moment of terror. It taps into universal themes of anxiety, existential dread, and the fragility of the human experience. Over time, it has been interpreted in countless ways, as a critique of modern alienation, a response to the changing landscapes of industrialization, or even as a prelude to the psychological explorations of the 20th century. This painting doesn't just demand to be looked at, it demands to be felt. Its swirling energy and raw emotion speak to something primal within us, making it as relevant today as it was when it first shocked the art world over a century ago. Vincent van Gogh's The Starry Night. Vincent van Gogh's The Starry Night, painted in 1889, is more than just a depiction of a night sky. It's a glimpse into the artist's soul. Created during his time in an asylum in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence, this masterpiece captures the tension between chaos and tranquility, a reflection of Van Gogh's turbulent mind and his enduring connection to nature and the cosmos. At first glance, the swirling patterns of the sky dominate the scene, drawing the viewer into a celestial dance of movement and energy. These spirals, reminiscent of scientific depictions of turbulent flow, create a sense of motion that contrasts with the stillness of the village below. The stars and the crescent moon are exaggerated in size, glowing with an almost otherworldly brilliance. This isn't a literal night sky. It's Van Gogh's emotional interpretation of it, a blend of memory, imagination, and observation. The quiet village at the base of the painting is equally significant. Its calm, orderly houses, crowned by a prominent church steeple, seem to represent stability and tradition, a stark contrast to the chaotic heavens above. But intriguingly, Van Gogh painted this village from imagination. It does not resemble the view he had from his asylum window. This creative liberty suggests that the village might symbolize a sense of longing for connection or peace, a place of solace amidst the artist's inner turmoil. The tall, dark cypress tree that rises from the foreground serves as a bridge between earth and sky, its flame-like shape connecting the grounded human world with the vast, mysterious cosmos. In Mediterranean cultures, cypress trees are often associated with death and eternity, perhaps reflecting Van Gogh's preoccupation with life's impermanence and the idea of reaching beyond the earthly plane. What makes The Starry Night particularly fascinating is the way it transcends Van Gogh's personal struggles. While the painting emerged from a time of despair, its vibrant colors and dynamic forms convey a sense of wonder and awe. It speaks to a universal human experience, the simultaneous vastness and intimacy of the night sky, the feeling of being both insignificant and deeply connected to something greater. Scholars have debated whether Van Gogh intended the painting to carry religious or philosophical meaning. The swirling sky has been compared to depictions of divine creation, while the contrast between the heavens and the village evokes questions about the human relationship to the universe. For Van Gogh, who wrote extensively about his spiritual connection to nature, the painting may have been a meditation on finding beauty and meaning amidst suffering. Van Gogh himself may not have realized the profound impact his work would have. He famously regarded the Starry Night with ambivalence, referring to it as a failure in one of his letters. Yet today, it is celebrated as a masterpiece, not only for its technical brilliance, but for its ability to evoke emotion and spark introspection. With its swirling skies, glowing stars, and serene village, the Starry Night invites us to dream, to wonder, and to feel the intensity of life itself. It reminds us that even in the darkest moments, there is beauty to be found, if only we dare to look up. These masterpieces remind us that every brushstroke holds a message, and every detail invites us to look closer. Whether exploring the mysteries of faith, the depths of the human mind, or the beauty of the natural world, these hidden messages reveal the boundless creativity of the artists who created them. So the next time you stand before a work of art, pause and wonder, what stories might it be waiting to tell you?